Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Paradise Killer, where today I think we're going to space. I think that's what's happening. I think we need to go up there and push past Shinji and go to space with the space helmet that he gave me in an attempt to hit on me, I think this is where he was hoping it was going. I don't know how he thought that might be the case. But yeah, you know, we just have some classic outer space abstract murder investigation to do up here. Okay. Very artfully done. I've not seen these symbols before. There might be a clue on the island. Okay, so let me have a look around here. So we're looking for like animal symbols. Probably, I'm assuming we just have to like punch in a sequence of these. They're not all animals, but... And then that'll open you, most likely. Let's have another look around here, though. Or rather, let's have a first look around here. Let's have a more thorough look around here, though. Just make sure we're not missing anything. This is a pretty cool environment, though. Oh, they even put in low gravity. I was figuring, you know, there might be some blood crystals, but I guess it makes sense that there's not, because the reason there's blood crystals all over the place is because Shinji put them there, and we know Shinji can't go to space. So, in fact, the fact that there are no blood crystals out there lends some credence to his claims, at least. Okay, it's just some lighting. Alright, well, we have a lot more exploring to do before we try to draw any conclusions here. I did not go all the way down here. I stopped at this landing. Let's, I guess, see where this leads. Also, I should probably mess with the music system on the island. Hold on, can I do that from Starlight? You know what? Never mind, these two songs are pretty good. We'll just keep listening to these two songs for the moment. Alright, we don't exactly... Boy, these ones are creepy, huh? We don't exactly know what we're saving up for at this point. I mean, obviously it's going to be important to unlock more save points for fast travel and stuff. But I have no idea if we're going to have to buy the other symbol sets the way we bought the second one. So I guess for right now my plan is going to be to just hold on to the blood crystals. And also, regrettably, to talk to Shinji again. You ever think about how messed up this is? Which part of it? How messed up what is? You guys are the bad guys. She says sure, but then, oh no, wait, sorry, what do you mean? The Syndicate worship dying gods that want to rule the world and drown it in a sea of war and blood. I don't see how that makes us the bad guys. What's wrong with that? Yeah, I guess you wouldn't. We're all heroes in our own minds, right? Catch you later. What's wrong with an unending sea of war and blood, I ask? Apparently without irony. So, if I were to jump over the edge here, just all the way to the water? Yeah, okay, there's no hidden platforms or anything. So I guess we're going all the way up to the summit. Do we have reason to think that there's anything important going on the summit? I mean, aside from all of the statues and everything? Maybe this is where they make them. I guess this is where they're mining the stone from, right? What have we here? The defeat of Lost Pain. This was before he managed to flee to the dark side of the moon. A popular song on the islands is Railgun Love. The lyrics are about using a railgun to destroy the moon and kill Lost Pain before he kills us. The bass in it is really good. Also, I imagine the lyrics are really something to hear. We'll be on the lookout for a copy of Railgun Love. It sounds like a thing I might be into. So, worth noting, we are not at the highest point on the island here. And there's Shinji again, just hanging it all out for everyone to see. An exclusive silent goat carving. I do, like... They use a lot of real-world place names in the character histories and stuff. I am really curious if we're going to get any more information about the relation that this place has to the real world. Like, where are we relative to it? Is there anything else we're going to have trouble getting on top of that I need to worry about right now? I guess not. Alright, Shinji, what? What do you want? This is it! The council building, where the bad shit went down. Can you feel it, loved eyes? The afterglow of murder, of mass murder... Shinji, Jesus Christ.
Crime is repulsive.
It stinks of crime, it's repulsive, and we're being a little ambiguous here about what it means. Oh, what went on in there? Who did what to who? How did the killer get in? There isn't an entrance on this roof. Some big investigating to do, huh? Alright, well, I'm glad that Shinji is still here restating the basic premise of the game, in case you forgot. Wait a minute, what did I was trying to pick up a bloodstone. Apparently we get a little interlude. This person likes the crows. I mean, I like the crows too. Everybody here likes the crows. They're comforting. There is nothing more comforting than a bird of prey. I heard once that in the real world, someone made a video game where when you shoot a crow, they sometimes give you a grenade. Why were you talking to a citizen? So hold on, they're aware of the real world. I'm assuming that this scene takes place on the 25th island after it's created, right? Given the title scene that we just saw. So, that's very interesting. Well, I'm in charge of the abductions. But you shouldn't be talking to them. It messes with the integration. Don't patronize me. I run the abductions. You think I don't know that? You have no respect for me. I mean, dude talks like a person from the real world. You need to think about how you speak to people. Okay, so maybe a little bit more information on how the place that we are relates to the real world. And this was not, in fact, a bloodstone. It was some grinning helper whiskey. A light-colored whiskey often served with ice and bar snacks. A good drink to relax with on a summer's evening. The dusk of a summer's evening is the most wonderful thing in the world. Okay. It's getting a little... It's like not really related to the item there. And also, not sure I agree. Oh, hold on now. There are tire tracks on the roof of this building. Well, like I said, the game's very British in some ways. These must be from Lydia. She's the only one on the island with a car, and also we know her car can fly, so...
I need to investigate this.
What was she doing on the roof of the penthouse? That's a really good question. But, if Shinji can be believed... Oh, this is very interesting too. If Shinji can be believed, there's no door up here that goes anywhere. Trying not to fall all the way off. Okay, that's very interesting.
That's strange.
This is rappelling gear.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Was someone trying to breach the building from up here?
Investigate this.
Maybe it could get you in behind the guards. I mean, is there a way from here up to that... that grate that we saw? I don't remember exactly where that room was relative to where we are now. Was that room up there on that surface? Were there a bunch of radio towers up there? Okay, we're just gonna very carefully try to look around here. Alright, I think we're probably not... Okay. My real world fear of heights kicked in there for just a moment. And my chest feels bad. It feels bad inside of my chest. Alright, let's see if we can find any other signs of attempted entry here. Maybe they got up here, whoever it was. They got up here and figured out that they could not, in fact, get inside. And then they called Lydia to get them out of here because they didn't want to climb back down for whatever reason. So that room, that up there must be where that ladder took us to, where that grating took us to. That's very interesting. I mean, I guess we could call Lydia in right now on the phone and have her question her, and also have her take us out of here with the fast travel system. Here, let's, Oh no, this is just a music tower. A love song played to the city. Cities are worth falling in love with. There's nothing else like them. A lot of these have a lot of extra declarative stuff beyond a description of the item. Yeah, okay, well, then I guess the way we're getting down is this. Am I allowed to just climb down the rappelling gear? It doesn't look like there's not really an interaction symbol.
That's strange. The
Yeah, and doing that just... Okay, guess I'm just falling. Time for more investigating! Okay, I am not, in fact, allowed to climb that. Oh no, this is where this is. So I totally just missed that rappelling gear before. Following the maxim, it has always been true that nobody ever looks up in video games. Okay, that's very interesting stuff. So there is an area up there that we have not yet been to. Well, I'm glad I followed that down so that I have things arranged relatively properly in my head. That is going to be a real pain in the ass to get back to, though. We have to run that whole way. There was a phone partway up, I think? Ah, whatever. We'll worry about it later. Next time we need to be up there. Hey, I almost missed that. Okay, so we got something we got to question Lydia about. I would prefer to continue investigating the area before getting into another conversation, though. Like, let's try to get as many pieces of information as possible before we go getting misled by anybody. A fissure in an obscure galaxy inhabited by a race of psychic lizard people. I guess we're supposed to know, like, contextually. People in this world would know, oh yeah, that's Psychic Lizard Galaxy, because that's certainly not in the picture. A red crest found in the Syndicate HQ. It looks like it'll fit into something. That's our second such crest, right? Although the crests are not relics. Here we go. I thought we had key items selected already, and it looked empty. So yeah, we'd found another crest. These don't appear to have images from the second seal on them, so maybe they're for further inside? Okay. For now, like I said, let's just keep investigating. Boy, it's really hard to jump over stuff in this game. The fact that you kind of can't move, if you start jumping straight up, you kind of can't change directions in the air at all, is a little bit annoying. So that's just another red crest, just like the one we already have. The birthplace of the gods, a hellish maelstrom of frighteningly antique space. Isn't all space, like, approximately the same age? I mean, like, if things are constantly expanding, which I think is our current understanding of stuff, then, like, the positions that it's all in is maybe not so old, but the space itself, I guess it sort of depends on how you define space. Maybe this is a question I'm not smart enough to answer. I want to cry floods of unending tears. Painted by Lydia Daybreak. Sorry, so do I want to cry, or did she leave that engraved on it somewhere? I don't know if I'm saying that or if she's saying that. In any case, I don't think it's just stars. It's not that sad. Ah, okay. So I was able to put my 2 red crests in there. I wonder if this is all for red crests, because I'm not allowed to place my blue one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more? Alright, well, I guess let's keep trying to be thorough. Unfortunately, these plants are a really good place to hide stuff. Yo, what's going on here? This is a whole scene. Enchanted Blue, a scholar of different galactic races and a connoisseur of fine food and wine. She remains imprisoned in the real world, in the hidden pyramids deep within the caverns of the Sahara. Okay, so our world definitely does exist. It's not just a place with coincidentally similar names, and they refer to it as the real world. which is certainly interesting. Where does this go? Well, downward, apparently. Okay, that's interesting. Is there anything? No, probably not missing anything back here. Am I allowed to use the little jet ski? So that's Doom Jazz's yacht over there. Damn it. I'm very clumsy. Yes, thank you. I would like to steal the jet ski. You know, for investigating. Oh, I'm not allowed to actually drive it, though. Okay. Well, I drove us over to the pyramid at Crying Grudge. We need pyramids and worships. That's both of the two symbol sets that we don't have yet, right? Can I knock? I am not allowed to knock. Am I right about that? Is that the two? Where would that even be? I guess I don't... We can't really just, like, look at our available symbol sets yet. Or, at the moment. Okay. But this is all very interesting. We've got some direction now. We've got some places that we know we need to be. I really like the simplicity of these interstitials. So far, I'm finding this whole thing very charming. just stands around all day like that, does he? That's interesting. Alright, you stay right there. We're gonna talk in a moment. I'm afraid to sprint any more than I absolutely have to, on account of the clumsiness. This is very creepy. So this is Syndicate HQ. The back door to Doom Jazz's clinic. This should be covered by the Syndicate HQ logs, but the door log looks broken. That means it won't log who enters and exits.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I wonder if Doom Jazz uses this. I mean, it's very curious that it's broken, right? That's obviously something. Well, I'm glad I came over here, because we're definitely going to have to ask him about this. Also, am I cool to just walk over there and grab that? Yes. It's pretty shallow over here. Let's take a look around the shallows, then. For any other things we might want to ask Doom Jazz about. Alright, this looks like it slopes up to here for a reason. This is where I would put a thing. Were I developing the game. Put a cool secret. It definitely sounds weird over here, but no, it looks like this is, in fact, invisible walled. Alright, let's take a quick look over here around the front side of the yacht, and then we'll double back and do some questioning. I want to make sure we're not missing any crests or anything. Aha! I mean, it's not critical. Obviously, that could be more important. Okay, so this hooks all the way around to another area. Let's see if we can find a phone around here. I suppose we ought to talk to him. Maybe wolves did it. The council murder? You think wolves? Yeah, wolves are crazy. They tear all sorts of stuff up. A pack of wild wolves broke into the council building, bypassed all of the holy seals, and tore the council apart. I can hear the sarcasm in your voice, and I don't like it. Look, I'm trying to help. Expand your thinking. Don't limit yourself.
The investigator is here.
Don't limit myself to actual reality and things that could plausibly happen in it. The wolves don't even exist on this island. Fine, throw it back in my face. I mean, look, I do think that he was trying to be helpful there. I do think that he thinks he was trying to be helpful there. Okay, so this is an interesting little back way into a thing. Is this a save point? This is not a save point. What is this? The sign says swipe crane system card to open barrier. Guess I need to find a crane system card. To open barrier. That barrier. But for what reason? To what end? Why would I care about opening that barrier? Sure doesn't look like there's anything going on this little boat. We're definitely getting some weird noise. Oh, there's something in the... I mean, that might not be anything, but there's definitely a weird light down there. Alright, I would like to be able to get back here later. There we go. Let's unlock this as a fast travel point, and then we'll go back and question the dude.
Fast travel unlocked.
And also get ourselves a cool skin.
Starlight skins obtained.
This image reminds you of a wonderful family holiday on a beach you had. You frolicked in the sea with your siblings. You have never been to a beach. It's okay to enjoy someone else's memories. There's nothing wrong with that. Oops, sorry, I want to crouch. I mean, we're right here. Let's just look around like a little bit more.
Those crystals obtained.
We have a pretty large area to conduct our investigation over. I'm starting to become a little, daunted by the size of it. Also, I definitely just heard Shinji's cackling again. He's probably, like, right outside the wall here. This machine is broken. The Council normally maintain these machines well. I wonder what happened. Okay, that's curious. I mean, worth noting, it didn't get noted as a clue in our book or anything, so maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just environmental storytelling. Ah, there he is. I was going to say, I definitely heard. We'll get up there and talk to him. Hello, what is this?
Relic obtained.
A memento of the 8th Island sequence, removed from history. Except there are, mementos around of it. But aside from that, removed from history.
Those crystals obtained.
In the real world, if you saw a yellow triangular sign with a skull on it, you'd be like, oh, it's telling me that this is dangerous. Here, where there are purple skulls on everything all the time, I have no idea what this sign is trying to tell us. Now, let's see if we can figure out how to get up on the roof. If I can get on this railing, which I cannot, then we could use that to get over to here. That might work. I'd feel more comfortable jumping from up there. Are we... I think that's higher up. Here, let me just try this. We might be able to make this with a full sprint. Yeah, no problem. Easy. You been switching out the skins on Starlight?
Don't test me.
She takes this very seriously. Very personally. What business is it of yours? Chill, I'm just looking out for fellow generation remixers. You can't just have the standard thing these days. You gotta make it yours. Sticker this, custom wallpaper that. Shows you've got personality or something. I don't know. Just reminding us of some basic game functionality, I guess. There we go, easy.
Those crystals obtained.
Alright, let's go ahead and let blood. We certainly have enough blood to part with. Ow. The way that comes out sure looks like...
Relic obtained.
I don't know. Blood Dancer carving. A carving about the god Blood Dancer. Gifted technology to many races. Astral engineer without equal. Thinks nothing of ethics and used much of her technology to perform genocides across entire planets. Okay, so I guess I get where the name Blood Dancer comes from. Didn't we see another... Yeah, here we go.
Recording obtained.
A recording? I can see it now, I think. These lines, like the air is forming around something weirdly. Like the air is a membrane that something is pushing against. Am I the only one that can see it? I'm scared, but elated. Is this a cosmic truth? Huh. No indication of whose voice it might be or anything. Oh, I guess there's just a ladder up here. I didn't have to make such a big deal about getting up there at all. This is curious. Alright, let's go talk to what's-his-face over at the yacht before I forget what I was doing. Never mind, we're taking the stairs. We can just jump back down. But I am real curious what's up here. I mean, it looks like maybe it just connects to another part of the island. This is how you would get back up to the area that we were at before we jumped down in the first place. Is this a... no. That is not an interactable or a sign. Do we want to open this up as a fast travel point too? I don't really... We're not exactly short on blood crystals, but this does feel like a little lazy. I'm still going to do it.
Fast travel unlocked.
Like, it is pretty close to our last fast travel point.
Starlight skins obtained.
Ooh, terrifying shallows. The water looks shallow. It is an illusion caused by a predator born in antiquity. Do not go into the shallows. That's usually not where the predators are. I have to say. Huh. So that was locked, but from the outside? So it sure doesn't... Okay, weird.
Relic obtained.
A memento of the 7th island sequence. The citizens revolt against us. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 subjugates them. It is a bloody time. A time of shame and sorrow. The word subjugate is never used to cover up anything, like, fun. It's a bad one. That's a bad one. You never want to hear that word. I can't grab that while jumping. There we go.
Obtained.
I just wasn't close enough. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything actually, like, important up here, though. Aha, there is, in fact, something kind of sneaky hidden up here.
Relic obtained.
A carving about the god Dire Rose, the fish that vomits skeletons, laid siege to France for 3 centuries before the siege was broken in the Great Betrayal. So people from our world, the unreal world, you might say, have a sort of an acrimonious relationship, perhaps, with people from the real world, given the abductions to make citizens and all of the destruction of Libya and stuff. Like, we've read about a lot of violence and war being perpetrated by us upon the real world, and not really a lot in the other direction, or any in the other direction, I don't think. So wait, where does this go? Hold on. There's this big staircase going up to a place we've not been yet, right? Oh, this is neat. Also kind of very creepy.
Blood crystals obtained.
So wait, the courthouse. Is this where my gun is? Do I have a good map? Is there a map in Starlight? Okay, hold on. So we're here. The yacht's over here. We were just at Syndicate HQ. Man, I just really haven't been to a lot of the island yet. There's still so much to explore. I'm having a hard time, in part due to the sort of snaky route that we're taking. I'm having a little bit of a hard time sort of like building a picture of where all the areas that we've been are relative to each other. Alright, I guess let's go talk to Doom Jazz and then we'll do some more exploring. So I'm getting drawn off track here, even further than I was before. Okay, stuff going on over there too. That looks important. Is it even an investigation if you don't fall off a mountain or two?
Item obtained. Blood crystals obtained.
Alright, let's get another tape.
Obtained.
You whispered goodbye to me as you left for the moon. You sent me music you wrote while staring at the earth. This is that music. This one's okay. Okay, so it just automatically adds anything new to the playlist. I guess that's fine. Whatever. Goddess Blood Dancer. She gifted... Okay, we know her deal. So, interesting. That's exactly the text that was on the tablet. So, I was kind of thinking that those tablets were maybe adding up to something, like getting all the tablets would give us knowledge that we didn't otherwise have. But if we can just find literally the exact same information, just on like random statues and stuff, what is the point of paying a blood crystal into those altars? That's real strange, right? Okay, I'm getting distracted. Or rather, I have gotten distracted. It already happened. So how would you do it? Do what? Murder the council, kill paradise, all that. Well, it sounds like I have a gun. I probably like to use my gun. I'm not allowed to have my gun right now, which suggests again that I probably like to use my gun and it was taken away from me. A gun? Yeah, just walk in, bullet in each head. You're messed up. You asked. Whatever, laters. Why is that more messed up than the knife thing? Maybe he doesn't like the impersonality of it? I mean, you can't argue with the efficiency, though, right? Wait a second.
Those crystals obtained.
Okay. Now, back to the yacht. You really can get from just about anywhere to just about anywhere, though. That's nice. I can't think of a lot of games where you can go from looking at something like this to looking at something like that quite this quickly. Sorry. Dr. Doom Jazz.
Dr. Doom Jazz.
Lady Love dies.
As gorgeous as you were 3 million days ago.
Dr. Doom Jazz.
The Syndicate's head doctor, born in the Cannon Fortress, Scotland, in AD 988 under the sign of Cosmic Deceit. Growing up during a military campaign, Doomjazz longed to become a doctor to tend to the wounded. He snuck into the haunted Ziggurat Medical School and studied in the library after hours. He became their top student and battlefield medic. He was captured during the Great Betrayal, losing his arms in a torture chamber before being rescued by Aiz Kiwami. The two fled to join the
I've
Syndicate.
got all the time in the world for you.
Okay, I'm not going to do that voice. And Starlight, the perfect pair. Let's be friendly. I think we're going to get better information if people think I'm happy to see them.
I'm glad to be back.
I've missed the Doom Jazz Charm Offensive.
I've missed you, Love Dies.
Well, there you go. Do I think it would be better for us to try to keep it professional? No. No, I do not. And how have you been? Still the same old Doom Jazz?
Professional.
Oh, he's rebuffing my advances a little bit. It's been just swell down here. I assume you got the memo about last night. Yeah, something like that.
How?
I presume you're here on business and not for something nicer? I can't tell where the hell we are with this guy. Is he hitting on me or not? Yeah, let's go this way. I've got a job to do down here.
Investigator.
How unfortunate. I think those were both gonna end up with us trying to be professional, but this one seemed less harsh. I just realized that that's his child labor. Right. Why does he have a... Okay.
I don't like this.
I suppose it would be weird for me to pretend that that's the weirdest thing in frame right now, but it's unusual. Well, you're in high spirits, considering our leader and council have been murdered.
That's not nice.
We all deal with grief in different ways. Do not be mistaken, I am well aware that this is a catastrophe. I'm just not one for outwardly displaying misery. So what's your take on the Syndicate on this island? I keep myself to myself. I'm not interested in the schemes, it's exhausting. Drama and politics are drugs. It's best not to get hooked. That's a medical
I
opinion.
don't like this.
Okay, well that tells me all I need to know about the state of this place. Anything else I can help you with? Yeah, I mean, it would be the first thing that you've helped me with, really. I suppose we could hang out a little bit. You got a sec?
I've got all the time in the world for you.
Okay, he's definitely hitting on us, right?
I've missed you, Love Dies.
It's been so long since we spent time together. You still a wine and whiskey
I
woman?
don't like this.
Well, not a lot of either in the Idle Lands. You want a glass with me? Enjoy the island for a few minutes before getting back to all that murder? I've got a bottle of Freedom Letter open. You know what? Sure. I don't know if I'm a lightweight. I'm magic, so it's hard to say. I may or may not be able to do this and still be good at my job. You know what? I'd love a glass. Just a small one.
Fabulous.
That's the spirit.
Baby Love Dies.
How's it feel to be investigating again? It's good to be doing anything again?
Time to breathe life back into paradise.
Well, there you go.
Ha!
Indeed it is.
Sure.
So how's the doctor been since I last saw him?
Indeed.
Keeping entertained, you know? It's a small island, but there's always a way to have fun.
Sure.
Again, he's... right? That's a pass. He's making a pass.
Ha!
Only one way to find out. Yeah, I think I'm into
I
it.
was born to investigate.
Do you want to be a suspect in an out-of-hours investigation? I don't know if that's the best innuendo.
Fabulous.
You can come around to open my case file anytime. Well, maybe you've got some time right now. I am at least relieved that we're both equally bad at this. Each second I spend here allows the truth to slink further into the shadows. Ah, Paradise can't wait, huh? Feel free to swing by any time, Love Dies. She flirts like she thinks she's Batman. Okay, dude. Just laying it on a little heavy. Where's this all going? Well, I understand the key to your heart is information. You desire the unknown. You desire to know about people.
That had nothing to do with this.
Maybe there's something I can help you with. Oh, interesting. I would, in fact, love some help. If he wants to get to my heart, he knows the way there. So you said you might be able to help me?
Got this wrong.
Love Dies, you've charmed me. Despite the tragedy of last night, this island is infinitely more radiant now that you're here. Because it's you and I can't get you out of my head, I'll break some ethics. I've treated Witness for death scream trauma. He started complaining of being able to hear screaming on occasion. We had no idea what the cause was, but it kept happening. I eventually narrowed it down to psychic death screams. That's... what? What the hell is that? When someone dies, they involuntarily emit a death scream in a burst of psychic energy. Normally, you can't hear them, but he'd become attuned to them. How?
I'm worried.
Well, now that's still a mystery. I don't know if we'll ever know. He attributes it to the gods' anger. He's all doom and gloom about us not doing enough to please the gods. He's taking it as one of the many signs of the end times. Okay, you definitely should not be telling me that, but I appreciate it, I guess. What treatment does he take? High-strength migraine relief. That's the only thing that worked. What about during the citizen slaughter ritual at the end of an island? I mean, surely that would be overwhelming. Well, that's different. The priest conducting the ritual channeled the psychic energy released by the slaughter into energy for the gods. It's dissipated away from the island.
Got it.
Does anyone else suffer from them?
How?
Yeah, we had a case on Island 15. A Syndicate member killed themselves because they kept hearing them. But no one else on this island. Not in the way Witness does. I think demons can probably feel them. Every demon we've encountered has been attuned to psychic energy. Would this include the demonically possessed? Probably, but I can't say for sure. How would it affect them? Well, I'd imagine a spike in adrenaline. I mean, that's interesting. Anything else about Witness?
Nothing to do with this.
I've been worried about his mental health. The tone of this line does not really interact with the tone of that voice performance very well.
What?
He's become secretive and guarded. It's manifesting in the standard ways, but multiple appointments with him have been interrupted by phone calls. He won't take a call with someone in the room, and he always steps out onto his balcony. Other people have reported the same thing. Who? Well, Architect Carmelina. She started noticing it several years ago. She's worried that he was slipping into paranoia. And why are you suddenly telling me this? I mean, come on, we know. It's been playing on my mind. I've been thinking about last night and the lunatics we have on the island. Then the heavens send an angel to come and question me. What do you mean, realization? We have known the entire time. I'm just gonna play along. Thank you, Doctor. You've been invaluable.
It's been wonderful to see you again.
Now remember to hurry on back if you need an examination or anything. Okay, I mean, that's all good information that I definitely should not have been given. Oh, we have so many things we can ask him, and I suppose we do need to ask him all of this, right? So, you think Henry did this?
Want to play doctors and nurses?
Okay, dude. I'm in the middle of something. You read my report? Not yet. Go and see Akiko and the prisoner. I left my report with her for you. That did not answer my question, but I guess he did tell me where to go to get the answer to my question, so it's almost as good. That's all I can tell you. I don't speculate on suspicions and hunches. I'm looking for facts. He's forgotten which one of us is which in this conversation. Can you make an exception for me?
What?
You only speak to me when you want something, Love Dies. It hurts. Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
Sorry.
I promise to stop by more often. Well, alright then. We don't know what the seals are, right? It's awfully convenient that Henry happened to be able to get through them all, isn't it? So you don't think he did it then? Well, I didn't say that. I just mean there are some missing facts. And where you have missing facts, you have doubt.
Lady Love dies.
What do you think about it? Honestly, right now, we don't have enough information to guess either way, but it doesn't seem super likely to me. The seals are a real problem, right?
The facts and the truth are not the same.
It's a nice story. People like to believe the easiest answer that fits their worldview. Now, we kidnap citizens and force them to pray to genocidal gods. Of course the Syndicate would believe one of the vile working class would do this. There's something else at work here. Well, at least you have a working theory. I mean, like, it was Shinji, right? I bet it was Shinji. Somehow it's going to turn out it was Shinji. He managed to avoid the space part of the seal somehow. It's just like, that dude is everywhere, all the time, all at once. He has, I think, the easiest method. Can you think of anyone that's got motive? Oh, that's a biggie. Such a terrible crime.
Investigator.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about it. Everyone is as innocent or as guilty as each other. Well, that's probably, definitionally, probably that's not true. What about your motive?
This is bad.
I haven't got a motive, Love Dies. I don't think it is the case that everyone has a motive. This seems like a pretty silly thing to say. No one on the council you hate? I don't do hate, Love Dies. Life's too short. It helps no one. Well, surely someone pisses you off. That's a weird thing to censor. That's some, real PG level non-swearing.
Want to play doctors and nurses?
Just let it wash over you. If you spend your life in anger, you're only making yourself suffer. That's not really a good answer to my question.
Where?
Alright, where were you at the time of the murder?
What?
I was in my clinic until I was called to examine Henry. He was found outside the council building, blood everywhere. I checked him over. Akiko has my report for you. Go see her if you haven't already. The Syndicate building's log should confirm my alibi. Did I check that?
What?
I found a door. A door? He's blown away by this
I
concept.
have a bad feeling about this.
The back door to your
The
clinic.
investigator is here.
The connection to the nightmare console that logs who enters and exits the Syndicate HQ has been broken. Oh, is it really? I had no idea.
Oh,
Sure you didn't. I mean, you can almost see it from here, and it's smoking visibly. did you see Yuri last night? Yuri Knight last night? I didn't see him last night, I'm afraid, Love Dies. It's real weird when you keep sprinkling the character names into conversation. It makes it kind of hard to tell what's going on, because everybody has a weird name that's made of English words. Tell me about the inhibitors used to sedate Henry. Oh, Masahiro Heavy Industries tech. Drugs that sedate the body and inhibit psychic ability. They were designed specifically for victims of demonic possession, calm the body and mind, and stop them from lashing out. Henry's dosage level has been correct for the last decade.
Sure.
And do you know if anything can interfere with Henry's inhibitors? You're not the first person to ask, Love Dies.
The island is about to
Who
end.
else? Witness. That's a very curious thing for him to be asking. The Witness is responsible for overseeing the end of an island and ensuring it all goes smoothly. He's obsessed with fail points in the process. He got worried that Henry could be a fail point. Could he get loose at the end? He's executed and not part of the slaughter ritual with the other citizens. There's a time when he's out of his cage before he's executed. Akiko handles the execution, so he's in safe hands, but Witness got obsessed about the inhibitors that keep Henry sedated. So, I mean, obviously, that is suspicious, but I wonder if in fact it is the case that Witness was suspicious of Akiko, and worried that she might try something, and so he wanted to make sure that Henry could be kept down even if Akiko had some kind of plan for him.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
And are they a fail point? Well, possibly, but you'd have to get past the Grand Marshal, or, be the Grand Marshal. He'd need a massive spike of adrenaline, and the only way I can think of to provide that would be an injection. Could someone have done that? Adrenaline is manufactured by the body. You need a drug to induce it artificially. His blood work came back clean, though. No one gave him that drug. I think based on what we know, I'm still more suspicious of Akiko than anyone. I think it's largely just like an opportunity thing. Did you examine the dead guards at the first Holy Seal? Nope, Akiko wouldn't let me.
That's weird.
And why?
A professional.
She said that's military jurisdiction. She didn't want the corpses of her soldiers disrespected with a post-mortem. Yeah, Akiko's incredibly suspicious. Even though there could be evidence.
I'm worried.
Well, in her mind, she's already got the case solved. Henry's behind bars, and he clearly did it.
Sure.
And do you believe that? I'm not much into beliefs, Love Dies. I'm waiting to see what truth you find. Is there a database of DNA or blood samples for everyone on the island?
Theoretically,
Oh, you want to run some blood? I wish I could help. Just after the crisis meeting last night, parts of the central servers started corrupting. Well, that's convenient.
the island is about to end.
I became aware of it because the terminal in my lab does an automated backup in the early hours. I got a report that the backup failed. I took a look at it and part of the medical archive had
The
corrupted.
investigator is here.
And what about the backup of the central server on the moon, which is of course the best place to keep your
I'm
backups?
a professional.
That went down as well. Corruption spread. Not to all of the moon database. I can still access most of the files on there. Alright, where's the server on the island? In the caverns under the island. Masahiro Heavy Industries maintains it. The only entrance into the cavern is via the Deep Factory, and that's under lockdown. Why? The Deep Factory's shut down at the end of the island. Only 4 people can unlock it. Councilmember Maken Origin ran Masahiro, but her dead body is up in the council penthouse. Again, we presume. It seems like nobody's actually been in there. Same with Pandora 2. She ran Dead Nebula and the Deep Factory. Nicolina Rose is second in command of Dead Nebula, but they're on the next island. Lydia took them early on. And Balthazar Tears was Maken's assistant at Masahiro, but he's on the next island as well.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay, I'll go to the 25th island and bring Nicolina and Balthazar back, and they can open up the Deep Factory so I can find out what the hell is going on with that server.
Indeed.
Not so fast, Love Dies. No one leaves this island. Judge's orders. Besides, you need Lydia to take you to the next island, and she's on your list of suspects, right?
Don't test me.
So, okay, so what do I do about this server? Now, two options. Chalk it up to bad luck and coincidence, or let it fuel a dreadful, all-consuming conspiracy. Well, I know which one I choose. I'll go for the second one.
Wonderful!
Haha, keep on truckin', loved eyes. What a response. You know, I gotta say, this guy might be my favorite of the characters we've spoken to so far. So, what do you know about KHX's disappearance? Well, I heard he was missing. Keeps himself to himself, so I don't see him a lot. You been up to his place on the cliffs? Okay, that's a thing we should probably ought to do. Hey, did you see Witness to the End last night? Well, I don't know what he was doing, but he's normally in his apartment on the last night of an island. Go ask him. Okay, not really good information there. What do you know about the Second Holy Seal? Oh, not a thing, loved eyes. Council business. Yeah, that makes sense. So, if somebody needed to maybe get into his office to mess with the backups, I suppose that gives us a reason that somebody might have damaged the door records? I don't know if he's necessarily trustworthy. Like I said, I like him a lot, and that makes me not want to suspect him, and that maybe means that he's more suspicious than anyone else. Alright, can we go inside? We can look inside, at least.
Investigation.
So we got a long, detailed, and boring medical textbook. Some wine. Doomjazz always gets the best bottles. If you do spend the night with him, you at least get a nice glass of wine out of it. Several, really. And, you know, also other things. There are fluids involved. A photo of Akiko. That's interesting. Are they... I wonder if they're, like, an item? If I think Akiko is super suspicious and it turns out he's kind of with her, that's... obviously, that's bad news. Power tools. Looks like Doomjazz does his own maintenance on his arms, despite them being made by Masahiro Heavy Industries. We definitely need to learn more about Masahiro.
That's weird.
Does Doomjazz hold a candle for Akiko? That is definitely a question that needs to be investigated. I always thought he was the love him and leave him type. That's why he's got this boat, so that he can leave him more quickly after the deed is done. Alright, so we've learned a lot of interesting stuff here. Do I want to go... I think we probably do want to... Oh, not here. We probably do want to leave in the direction we were just exploring in. There's a lot of stuff up those ramps that we have not yet explored. You know what, though? We could go up here, too. This is going to lead us to a place that we haven't been yet, and then we can loop around to those upper platforms. This is probably a better way to go. Provided that I can get from here over to the mainland safely. Okay. Easy. It turns out it's easy to get around here. So we found our way back to the Syndicate apartment block. How do you get up there if you're not using the mountain paths? Oh, wait.
Blood crystal obtained.
I suppose if nothing else, the presence of blood crystals is a good way of marking the places you haven't been yet. Is this... Nope. It is not shallow enough an angle to be climbable. Okay, this area I recognize. We've totally been up on that building. So hold on. Let's go back this way. Getting all turned around here. I fell down. Am I going to be able to get back up? Walk on this very narrow fence. There we go. Easy. Definitely the way you're intended to do that. Rose in the Rain Residences, luxury apartments for the Syndicate. I used to live in a place like this. Happily. You know, before I got moved to my other apartment. Okay, interesting.
Relic obtained.
An ill-fated pleading letter. A mother pleads for mercy. Her son transgressed. Love between the Syndicate and citizens is expressly forbidden. And I'm sure all the consequences for that fall on the citizen side. Wait, is that a... no, okay. That is not a thing, it's just the top of that purple box that I was seeing. Well, let's see what's up here. There's so many things that we need to find, you know, more seals and bloodstones and whatnot, that I kind of feel like we gotta make sure we're looking around absolutely everywhere. You need some, like, spring shoes. Lady Love Dies has a pretty weak jump for a video game character. Okay, well there's definitely currency up there. And, you know, from up there, we'd probably be able to see what the best path is to the place that we're going back to. So I guess that's our goal. Just make sure we're not missing any easy collectibles here. Okay, so we've been here. Guess we'll just keep going up till we can't go up no more. Oh, hey. Well, that's lovely. Wait. We went this way already. Are we going to be able to connect from here over to that other building? We're really not, huh? Alright, just an extremely normal method of traversal. Without which we would never have found this blood crystal, all secreted away in a corner behind some bushes. I guess let's look over here first.
Blood crystal obtained.
Why are people just throwing away blood crystals? Who would do that?
Blood crystal obtained. Blood crystal obtained.
Yeah, what a weird little area. Dreaded Hero Apartments. Apartments named after the bloodthirsty general that slaughtered his way across ancient Britain. Yeah, one of them, you know. Alright, well I suppose it makes sense to unlock another save point, or another fast travel point here. We've got so many crystals.
Fast travel unlocked. Starlight skins obtained.
I am not interested in a verdant skin. I like my skull skin. We haven't yet seen anything that I think is cooler than this one. You know, I do love a skull. Here's the thing. People always tell you not to be shallow. People always tell you to love people for who they are on the inside, and there's no way to do that with greater certainty than to just really love skulls. This is a lot of stairs. Fortunately, Lady Love Dies is in pretty good shape. And sometimes I just feel defeated, you know? How do you pick yourself back up? Well, on my planet, there's this musician I like, creates music that takes me away to another place. That sounds nice. I have a musician like that as well. Uninterested, Love Dies. This conversation's about me. Whatever, I'm gonna smash some bottles or something. You know, the more we talk to him, the more I'm getting kind of like a Beavis energy. I guess maybe that, to some extent, is the way I'm delivering his lines. Is there anything on this level of the roof? Because we're definitely hearing that sort of broken up noise. Okay, that's Witness's rooftop over there. Again, just trying to make sure that I'm keeping track of where everything is relative to everything else. I guess, actually, the way to do this would be to climb that ladder. Although I still don't... Am I going to be able to make that? Try to land on the pipe? No, I'm definitely not getting enough height. Could I climb up on there, maybe? Do not see how I would do that. Huh. Actually, yeah. How? How would I get this? It sure doesn't seem like you can land on that pipe. I don't even think I'm getting particularly close. But I mean, it's not just a bloodstone you can't get. I'm not allowed to try to climb on this. Let's try the jump one more time. Maybe I'm jumping too early or something. You can see there's lots of stuff up on top of buildings. Also, so many Shinjis. Just so much of that asshole. Okay, yeah, that definitely isn't how you do this. Maybe I'll get a jump upgrade at some point. I guess it's sort of the only thing that makes sense, right? Alright, where are we going now? Were I to leap heroically from this building, in which direction would it make sense to leap? I guess there's that right there. Yeah, we could just get on top of that. Hey, that was pretty good. Okay, we'll check down there in a moment.
Blood crystal obtained. Blood crystal obtained.
It's hard to imagine how we're even going to spend this many of these things. Unfortunately locked from the other side, and there is a roof, although also there's a ladder in there. So I guess we want to just go back up. Yeah, we can just barely see that ladder. Aha! Oh, this is what this was.
Relic obtained.
A malicious, secretive cassette. The Syndicate monitor all phone calls, so citizens record messages for each other on cassette tapes. Okay, and I'm not allowed to, like, listen to it or anything, I guess. It's just not, it's not relevant to the case. I assume, without having listened to it first. Well, okay, is there any more rooftop hopping I want to do? Let's go back up top here. Guess we gotta get up there to get to that Shinji, and of course, why would I not want to talk to Shinji? Speaking of... You know what I like? Long walks on the beach? Something on the beach, if you know what I'm saying. I was gonna say knives. I like knives. I like knife crime. A good stab. An excellent slash. Hey, you put a knife in the right hand, you can change the world. I guess so. Shinji's trying to make himself look real suspicious here. He's putting a lot of effort into making it seem like he's the one to look at. Weird decision-making, if you ask me. But then again, I might not do any of the things that Shinji does. Shinji's not a role model. Kids, don't be like Shinji. I'm having a hard time getting up on these. There we go. Alright, I guess let's get to that Shinji, if we can. Hold on a second. Well, I mean, this is a pretty short fence. This is circumventable. What have we here? A resonant photo of a man. Seems unlikely to me to be related to the case.
Relic obtained.
When the moon shimmers, the right mix of intense sadness and anger may cause tears to crystallize as they fall. Again, seems like it might not be directly relevant to the case. I guess I'm glad somebody's picking all this stuff up, though, so it won't just go to waste when the island is destroyed. You do have to wonder, though, if all this stuff does in fact have some kind of purpose. So yeah, before we stop for the day, I wanna get to that Shinji, because I do not want to have to remember to care about that later. Once again, lots of blood crystals. This stuff is prized by the Syndicate, it says. We're at the citizen apartments, is that right? Yeah. So the blood crystals have no value to the Syndicate, or to the citizens, I guess. You would think that the fact that they're valuable to the Syndicate would mean citizens try to exchange them for stuff. Wartime longing residential. Your distant home, so wished for in times of pain and upheaval. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like people probably want to live here. Maybe I'm misreading things a little bit. But I don't know if I believe that the citizens were longing for these places under any circumstances. Alright, let's get up on top of this roof and deal with the situation. Which I think would be a fine nickname for Shinji. I do sort of feel like they could maybe make this a single interactable at the bottom of the stairs that just takes you to the top. I don't know what the value of making me actually climb this manually is. Okay, so this is a little awkward. Well, I mean, that's definitely a blood crystal in there, right? Can I get up on this? I don't think... Okay, my jump is just high enough. We can get on that from the railing, probably, which is it's a little scary, given the amount of travel we'd have to do again if we fell. We'll get Shinji in just a sec here.
Crystal obtained. Relic obtained.
A nostalgic fallen rose. Who knows where it fell from? Who knows who dropped it? I hope the rose made someone happy. Not so happy that they would, try not to drop it, obviously, but, a little bit happy. Well, I think we should be able to get back from here pretty easily. Oh, unless I missed the building entirely. Yep. Grand. All this for a bloodstone, and I guess also a Shinji. Gotta get those rare Shinjis. Do I have to walk the little spiral? I think I do. Yep. Just trying to just jump over from the stairs, but the roof is too low.
Sure.
Is this the work of a god? Oh, this is no damned harmony. This is human through and through. I can smell it. Are you sure? Ah, there's something rotten in the mix, but gods have bigger interests than you people. Okay, well I guess that's filling in a little bit. It's filling in, at the very least, a little bit of Shinji's opinion of the gods, maybe more than necessarily any truth about the gods. It can be hard to tell, and also Shinji probably tells a lot of lies, is my feeling. If he thought he could say something that I would find demeaning, I think he would, even if it was false, so that may have been all that was happening there. He just wants to get under your skin, unfortunately in multiple different ways. An insignia of a crime clan, ruled by Crazy Davos, a fearful woman with an eye patch. Not one to be fucked with. So wait a minute, we're blurring out pissed, but fucked is fine. No artful euphemisms here. No Grolix is needed. A padlock that symbolizes an endless love between two people. Perhaps sort of a negative impression of the idea of endless love. Okay, we are going to make the jump over this time. I'm going to get up on this railing very carefully. And then we're going to full sprint along the railing and just hurl ourselves at the next building. Extremely safe. No! Well, shit. Okay, let's try that one last time. And if we don't make it up there this time, then we'll give up. I needed more of a running start. So I think I need to walk outward along the railing a little bit, like away from the tower. We're gonna have to like run along the railing and then do a 45-degree turn and leap. And given how little air control you have in this game, it's gonna be maybe a bit tricky. Oh no! Well, like I said, pretty limited air control. Alright, I know I said I didn't want to have to try to remember, but I think maybe this would be an okay place to call it for today. We'll get there. We'll start the next episode up there. This is where I am going to leave you for today. And thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we're already going to be up there. We'll have some words with that asshole, and I have zero doubt in my mind that it will turn out it was not worth all the effort. And we'll see you then.